recipe video, I decided to share one of my favorites, and it's definitely a keto staple for me. It is a chicken and broccoli Alfredo from scratch. It's not as difficult as it sounds, and it is delicious. It may not be the most innovative recipe, but hopefully it'll become something that's innovative or helpful for your keto plan. I do suggest using a scale to weigh your food. I also use mine in grams as well as ounces with my weights, because it definitely helps get things more accurate when you track your food. You need 4 ounces of chicken. I use chicken breast, but you can use a rotisserie chicken if you're a little lazier that day, or even chicken thigh. It's whatever you have in your fridge, really. After the chicken, we have 85 grams of steamed broccoli. I just used the Bird's Eye Steam Fresh bag, a lot simpler. Half a tablespoon of butter, half a teaspoon of minced garlic. Then we have 1 ounce of shredded Parmesan, whatever you decide to do, bagged, fresh. 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Then for seasonings, we just have some oregano, parsley, and red pepper flake. I don't really measure that out. I just kind of do a couple shakes of each. You'll be able to see what my couple shakes are in the video in a minute. Just set your heat to medium on your stove. Add in the half a tablespoon of butter and the half a teaspoon of minced garlic. It really helps to let these two saute together. It gets that garlic flavor in there. Probably better with a little bit more fresh garlic, but that's just what I had in my fridge. Sometimes I do like to also saute the chicken in there as well to absorb some of that flavor if I've already just pulled it out of the fridge to warm it up. You're just going to let these mix together for a little while. You don't want to cook the butter too long because it might brown, and if the butter browns, your Alfredo's definitely not going to be white anymore. Then we have our 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. We're just going to pour that in there. This one doesn't take long to heat up at all, especially if you have your stove at a medium. You don't want it to bubble too much either because it might overcook your heavy whipping cream. Just get that all stirred in, nice and mixed. And then we're going to get our seasonings together before we overboil it. We're going to add the red pepper flakes first. Don't do too many or it might get spicy. After the red pepper flakes, we have some oregano. Don't go overboard in this one because it can get a little strong. And then last, we have parsley. If you don't feel like doing the individual seasonings, Italian seasoning blends work perfectly fine. Just get those all mixed in, nice and blended. Now we're going to add about half of our Parmesan. You want to add a little bit at a time so it has time to melt down. If you don't give it time to melt, and if you don't mix it in a little bit, it can tend to clump up, and that's not good. You want a nice creamy Alfredo. It tastes good when you do it that way. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because I know you don't want to sit and watch that simmer for too long. Let's get that nice and blended. Alright, add a little bit more of your cheese and just leave a little to the side for when you finish it off. Once that starts looking good, you can go ahead and grab your chicken. Again, whatever chicken works best for you, go ahead and pour that in. And then you're also going to grab your broccoli. Definitely recommend steam fresh bags. Throw them in the microwave for 6 minutes and you have broccoli. You're done. Mix those together really good until you think everything's evenly coated. Depends on if you have a thicker or a thinner Alfredo as to how long it'll take to get it all mixed in. If you do like yours thinner, you can add a little more heavy whipping cream and a little less cheese. If you like it thicker, just add more cheese or reduce the heavy whipping cream. It's really easy to adjust this to what you prefer, and it's also an easy way to adjust it to fit your macros. Alright, put on the last of that Parmesan and give it time to melt into it a little bit. Get it nice and cheesy. That's how I like mine. If you need more protein for the day, it's really easy to just increase the amount of chicken you use. Oh, here we go. The sea salt. I add just a little bit of sea salt. Really obsessed with that pink Himalayan at the moment. And then I also like a little bit of fresh black peppercorn. And again, this is easy to customize to your day. If you don't need as much protein, just add more broccoli, reduce the chicken. Not a problem. This will work with pretty much any protein you decide. I'm not the best at plating, so I'm just going to drop it in right there. But this Alfredo really works with anything, not just that broccoli and chicken. I also put it on Brussels sprouts and pretty much any vegetable you might prefer. And I hope this looks good to you. I'm going to link below to the written out version of this recipe. I'm also going to try and put out a printable link on that little breakdown I do on my blog. And we'll see. I hope you like this recipe. It's really a keto staple for me. It's what I like to call my macro finisher for the day. Because if I need more protein, I throw in more chicken. If I need more fat, I throw in more heavy whipping cream and cheese. And if I'm just really hungry, I throw in a lot of broccoli. And hopefully through experimenting, you'll find what works for you. Until my next video, just remember to hydrate, satiate, and celebrate throughout your day. And I'll talk to you later, guys.